Hi. So it looks like this is working. I honestly just have a lot of crocheting I need to get done tonight, and so I was thinking I'm going to be standing here working on my things, taking pictures for patterns, and so I might as well just, I don't know, do a live stream if anyone, like, this is totally random, so like if anyone gets on, like, I'd love to chat with you guys, and I'm just going to be standing here, like I said. We've got some crocheting to do. I need to finish up the lovey patterns. So that's what I'm working on tonight. I haven't mentioned this in my YouTube vlog yet, but I am going on vacation. I'm doing a sister's weekend. I am the youngest of the 5 girls in my family, and so we're all getting together. I can't even remember the dates. I leave on Friday morning. And so I want to get all of my lovey patterns out to be tested before I head out for that. So I've got a lot to do. So yeah, that's what I am doing. Yeah. I wish there was a way that, like, if you guys were talking to me, you could, like, I could hear your voices and just like have a dialogue that way. But as it is, if you guys leave a comment, I will do my best to respond. So, geez, now it's like, what do I talk about? Got lots of thoughts on random things. So I guess I can just talk to you about what I'm doing right now. So this morning, I was able to, I got all of the fleece for my loveys cut out. So these are going to be for the baby elephant lovey, which I'm making a second one. I showed the blue one, which is right here. I showed this one last week in my vlog. But because I needed to change the way that it's assembled, I have to make another one so that I can get the pictures taken for the assembly so that it all goes together correctly. So that's what that is. I'm going to turn off the heater. It's plenty warm in here. Yeah, so that's that. I've got the teddy bear fleece, which something that's different about the teddy bear fleece than any other fleece I've done is that, let's see if you can see it, on most of my things, they're in a circle, and the dashes where you're supposed to cut go right along, I guess you'd say parallel to the shape, whereas for the ears, they actually go perpendicular to the shape. And that's because the ears are so, this crocheting was so tight in the ears that if I went horizontal, it would absolutely tear through every time. So doing vertical snips prevents it from tearing all the way through, because you don't want that. And when it comes to doing these snips, like let's see, will it focus? There. You want it to be like so small. I can't like tap the screen and say, here, focus. Okay, anyway, you kind of saw it. But you want it to be small enough that like it almost doesn't, like you're almost not sure if you cut through the front side of the fabric. Like it should be a really, really tiny snip. But that's how all of the snips in any fleece should be, in my opinion. It just works a lot better, and you have a higher quality end product because you don't have very much tearing, or really hardly any at all. So alrighty, so one's done. Already did that one. So it tells me that there are like 16 people watching. So does anyone have anything to say? I feel a little weird just standing here talking to the camera. Though I promise I can ramble. I am plenty good at that. I didn't show you guys the other fleece that I cut out. Oops, sorry, computer. So this is the pattern that this is the fleece I'm going to use for the baby sheep lovey. I actually made really good progress on that lovey yesterday. I got the head made. The eyes and the ears and nose and things aren't on, but I figured out how I'm going to attach, you know, where that one, the head is worked from the back to the front on a horizontal. It's actually easier to attach the head on that one to the blanket. So so that one was a lot easier than the elephant. So I'm learning things as I'm going. I mean, I'm always learning something, especially where I'm often trying something new that I've like never ever done before. And so it's interesting. But it does mean I learn a lot because I jump in head first and then I'm like, oh dear, this isn't going to work. So I think what I'm going to do in the future, because with the elephant lovey, working from the top down, it's harder to actually attach the base of the head. Sorry, this is weird using my own anatomy, but you know, attaching the base of the head to the to the blanket, it's a bit more difficult because what you're doing is you have the top. This is a washer, so it's not exactly right, but you have like essentially the top piece that needs to fit on here, and the blanket sits on this half, and so you're trying to tighten, you know, gather the last few stitches and tighten it down around this piece. At the same time, you're trying to make sure that you get your doll joint in there and it all snaps together. And it's just too complicated, in my opinion. So yeah, so working with, you know, doing a horizontal shaped head like the sheep. I'll just hold it up. So this is how far I've gotten on the sheep lovey. So I mean, it kind of looks like a sheep in a barber's chair, you know. But when before you finish off the head, you know, you're probably to about here. You go in and you place, you know, you put the doll joint there. You work it, you know, up through. You sandwich it all together, so you know it's in there and secure. You can see it, and then you finish stuffing the head and tying it off and everything, finishing the rows. So that's working a lot better. And I'm thinking with the teddy bear, I'm going to start from the neck to the top instead of the top down like I did on the elephant. And that way I can do the same thing where I get to secure the blanket to the head before before I'm like tying it off and finishing it. So I can make sure that's secure before I'm stuffing and finishing up the entire head. So I think it's going to be much more successful. You can definitely still make the elephant, and that's why I've been reworking it. It's still makeable, but I don't think it's as user friendly as the other two versions, the sheep and the teddy bear, are going to be. So that's why I'm working on all of these. And those are the things that I'm learning. So now you guys know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's interesting to talk about. already snipped that one. Well, I haven't mentioned this on YouTube yet, but if you guys follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, you will have seen that I've been playing with a new border. So this has been taking up some of my time. Let me make sure I'm on the right side. There we go. Yeah, so this is something I've been doing. The marching elephants, which is so cute. I first saw it, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce her name. It's Spanish. But I don't know if I can link something to this. Like if I can link something in the description at the end of this video. If I can, I will try to remember to. But her lace work is kind of what she does. She does lace edging, and they're just so cute. So I modified the pattern for the elephants a little bit so that it will, so that it works better for an E size hook and a medium weight 3-ply yarn, if that's such a thing. Or is lightweight 3-ply? I'm not exactly sure. So I've been playing with that, and like right now the elephant lovey, because I had to get the blanket onto the head before I got the nose on, or the you know, eyes and ears and arms right now. So it just looks like a really weird ghost. It's like a pink ghost. See? This is it. Pink ghost. Honestly, I think it's kind of adorable in its own wacky way. I haven't quite finished up the border. I want to make a video on how to do it, since I modified it so much. And I attempted to record that today, but my office is not closed off from the rest of the house. Like you can kind of see the door right there that leads to the kitchen. So that does close off, kind of. But then back here is my husband's office and downstairs. And the downstairs. And there's not a door that separates that. And he was doing some home improvement work down there. So in the middle of my tutorial, there was like screw gun sounds and wood dropping. And I was like, we are going to try this another time. Which actually is probably exactly what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done with this live stream. Because I need to get that done. That's another big part of the lovey patterns. There's so much to do to put patterns together, and this is definitely something I could riff on for a while, which I don't know if it's necessary, but and I actually think this is one of the things that's really beautiful about the crochet community and about people who you know, maybe they'd never made a pattern before or something like that, and they just say like, all right, I am going to try. I'm going to make a pattern. Because you get a whole new level of respect when you actually do the work. You get a new respect for patterns and what people put into them, and you know, the amount of thought that can go into making something. And I mean, and on top of that, I personally think that being a creator, someone who makes beautiful things, is one of the most fulfilling things in the world. And I think, oh, there we go. I think that it's honestly, it's a God-given thing, you know, a God-given capability that, you know, that we can create. And everyone creates in their own way, their own unique way. I like yarn. I like patterns. Um, and I like making stuffed animals. My husband the other day asked me if I'd ever make dolls. And oh, let me see. Someone's messaging me through Instagram. And it's apparently doing something. YouTube is doing something weird. Let me see if, yeah, rolling with yarn just told me that my comments might be turned off. I have no idea what I'm doing, folks. I'm so sorry. Honestly, the only reason why I'm doing this, besides, besides the fact that I've got a lot of crocheting to do, is my husband took my daughter to go run errands, and I was just like, I'm gonna have the house to myself for a minute. This is gonna be great. So let me. Okay. Whoa! Goodness gracious, folks. Okay, so apparently there's a button that says top chat or live chat, and top chat was turned on, which there wasn't anything there. I just switched it to live chat. My goodness, hi folks. I didn't even know you were here. I feel like I was at a party and I was just like there everyone was behind a curtain and I didn't know they were there. I thought maybe they would be, so I was just talking to them through the curtain, and now I can see you guys all here. Hey, this is so exciting. Thank you. Thank you, Rollin with Yarn, for messaging me and letting me know. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. This is so cool. You guys are all here. Hi. Now I just want to say hi to all of you. Thank you, Amy Cook. Now I feel loved. So thank you for all being here. Hi, this is so cool. Yes, Cindy Hearts Crochet says we're doing empowering me through Jedi powers. Totally. That's exactly what's happening. Gosh, now I feel like such an adult to have been standing here being like, you guys can say something, and like you were and I didn't see. So sorry. Blonde moment. I used to be able to say I was blonde. But now I'm not really sure. I still think my hair looks blonde, but sometimes it looks red. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh, and Mary, thank you for sending me emails. Those don't make noise, so I didn't see them. I really appreciate that. You guys are so great. That's awesome. Charlene, makes me happy to know that you're working on my patterns. It just makes me happy. Like it might be silly, but like my crocheting makes me really happy, and knowing that I can put a pattern out there and that you guys will love it too. It's just like, yes, like life is so good. So anyway, that makes me happy. So thank you for letting me know. Hi. Let's see. Hey, Tammy. Yes, thank you, Dee, for sending the telepathic vibes. Appreciate it so much. Kim. What is it? Is it Kim versus Artie, or is it Kim IVS Artie? I'm sorry, I can't quite tell. I'm not sure. What did I show? Oh, I showed my I showed the elephant lovey that currently just looks like a like a ghost. Yeah, this is what I was showing. That. Anyway, yeah, it looks a little goofy at the moment, but I will progress it past the alien/ghost stage eventually. Hello, Yards of Yarn. Oh, hi, Carrie, my sister. My gosh, my sister is in the feed. That's exciting. My sister Carrie is the oldest of the 5 girls in my family, and I'm the youngest. So there's 12 years of age difference between the 2 of us. But she is an incredible older sister. Shout out to my sister. There we go. If my other sisters were on, they'd probably get a shout out too, but thanks, Carrie, for being here. Oh, Kim loves Artie, just shortened. Okay. I have wondered about that before, so thank you for clarifying that. Not now when I'm responding to comments by you, I won't be questioning what it means. So. All right. Now I feel like I should probably like scroll to the top because you guys were actually commenting on stuff and I wasn't even paying attention. So sorry about that. Mary said she's crocheting and trying to chat and count at the same time. That is remarkably hard. That's actually partly why I'm just doing I'm just putting the snips in my fleece right now. I mean, I could do like blanket edging because that's all pretty much the same, but it is a little too hard to like talk, to do a live chat while crocheting and counting. I think all of my rows would be off. So I'm not going to do that now. So what are you guys all crocheting tonight? I feel like that's a good question to ask. And by the way, once again, thank you guys for being here and chatting. This is fun. Let's see. Connie is working on a basket. Very nice. Kim's crocheting a shawl. Mary's working on a scarf. Very nice. I've never made a shawl before. There is a part of me that wants to, simply because my grandma would wear shawls, and I thought she looked, well, she didn't actually wear them. I remember that she had a couple of them, and I remember thinking they were really beautiful. But I don't know if I can pull off the shawl look. We got whales. Oh, hi, Aline. How are you? Aline is my niece, Carrie's daughter. Probably shouldn't do my whole family tree here, but hi, Aline. That's exciting. See, Rowan's kids fight over the whales. Oh, that's adorable. I've been on the whale. I've been contemplating doing this, which I'm going to do. I just haven't yet. Coming out with kind of an expansion pack to the whale pattern, and doing is it a narwhal or a narwhal pattern? Essentially adding a horn and fins to it. So what I would do is I would come out with that and I would just add it to the whale pattern, and whomever had bought the whale pattern would get the update. But I think that would be really cute. And I've got this blush colored yarn. I've got more of it. This is the the leftovers I'm using for the baby elephant. But I think like a blush colored narwhal, whatever, would be adorable. And so I am planning on doing that. That will be one of those things I do eventually. Anyway, Amy's making a kangaroo. Nice. Yards of Yarn is cleaning. It's always a good idea. I need to do that desperately. My husband is an awesome housekeeper, homemaker. I don't know which one of those is the more like correct term. Anyway, he keeps the whole house clean, and then there's my office, which is like chaos. Because that's how I think. So I'm sorry. Oh, a kitty cat, Lovey. That's gonna be cute. Sabadra? I hope that's how you say your name. See, Tammy's making a blanket and a cardigan. And you get tired of one, you switch to the other. That is perfect. I am in my interview with Billy last week. I was tempted to make a list of like crochet confessions and ask those questions, but I hadn't given her a heads up, so I decided against it. But one of the questions I was going to ask was, how many whips do you have right now? Because I think it can be kind of amazing the number of works in progress we have. But I totally agree. Like, I get bored with something and I have to switch to the other one until I like get my Crojo back to work on the one I've been working on. So anyway, bye, Eileen. Love you. Let's see. Love shawls. Very nice. So is it Norwale or Norwal? I guess I could probably Google that. You guys don't have to tell me. I'll figure it out later. Rowan is testing a blanket. Very nice. Dee is working on my gazillions of whips mountain. That's awesome. Rollin in yarn, working on 2 granny stitch blankets. Very nice. I needed a break from cutting out the fleece for the lamb. Yeah, that is the one downside to working with the fleece. That it is a little. You get tired of cutting snips. It is very, very true. Let's see. In fact, I already did that one. Oh, actually, I made all of those. Mary has about 5 whips. Very nice. Jerry has 2, but she's going to finish one tonight. Very nice. Connie has 6. Nice. This is fun to read what you guys are doing. Oh, it's okay. It's actually Sandra. That's now I can reply to you correctly when I can say, hi, Sandra. That makes me feel better. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see. See you later, Yards of Yarn. Have a good evening. I actually probably should start on some crocheting. Well, I can do this while I'm here. So if you guys were, I'm taking, I guess, a poll now. If you guys were to have a crochet confession, what would be something that you would be interested in learning from someone else? That could also be confessional-ish. Geez, that was a terrible question. And so I'm asking because I enjoy doing the interviews, and I don't feel like I'm really the best at it, but I want to maybe bring a little bit more fun to it than I have thus far. And so if I can do something that is, I don't know, a little bit more playful, that could be really fun. Like I said, I don't know if that question was phrased well at all. That might have been super confusing. So you guys can just go back to chatting. I'll figure out a better way to phrase that someday. And I'll ask it again. Yeah, sorry, that was confusing. Let's see. Oh, that's a good question. Charlene said, how many whips have actually ended up in the bin? Yeah, that happens. Maybe more than it should. I will say, though, I am an advocate of throwing things away. Like, if it's no longer bringing you joy, or it's just more trouble than it's worth, like, yeah, I've thrown out projects. Just been like, and we're done. What I mostly love is just how light you feel afterward. You know, you just feel like so much relief of like, ah, that's off my plate. That's marvelous. Mary, is your husband watching football or something? Good night, Angela. Oh, he's watching a hockey game. Very nice. We don't really do sports at my house. We are kind of laid back. Clearly, I crochet, and my husband is I would say a story enthusiast, and so he really likes books and like compelling movies and like really story-driven video games. And so we're much less like, well, we don't watch a lot of sports. Actually, we don't watch any sports. We work and we do our things and try and take care of the 2-year-old and the puppy. That's still fun, though. I grew up in a family that did quite a lot of sports, and I really enjoyed it. Mary says her son played hockey for 13 years. That's awesome. Oh, Rollin with yarn. That's an awesome question. She said, you know, something that she would like to know is, did they ever regret giving an item that they made? You know, whatever the reason. That's an awesome question. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have regretted giving away anything that I've made, but then again, I haven't seen them. I haven't like gone to someone's house and seen what I had made in their house, and I might have regretted if I had, you know. Like I don't know. Like if I were to see like one of my toys not being loved, or just like really dirty, that would make me kind of sad. That would probably make me regret giving something. Hi, Terry. Yeah, Mary gave away a scarf that she should have kept. I do understand that feeling. It's hard when you make something and you put so much effort and love into it, especially when the receiving end doesn't enjoy it the way you'd like them to. I guess that is true. Dirty can mean well loved, which I guess is the case for my big panda bear. It's filthy, but he gets played with a lot. Yeah, I could see that as well, Kim, where like a blanket being on the floor, you'd be like, oh, I made that for you because I love you. Take care of it. Yeah, I do understand. Ooh. Yeah, Amy, that would hurt if a blanket you'd made for them was used as the dog's bed. That is ouchy. Tammy, that is a good point, Tammy. She says, I love seeing things I gifted being loved and used. That is true. It's a positive outlook. We were maybe getting a little sad there for a minute. Thanks for bringing us back. I will say there were plenty of things that I gifted that now well, how to say this? I was so inexperienced and not good at making things that I wish I had not gifted them just because it was not as good of quality as like something I can do now. Good night, Mary. So yeah, I think every Christmas I think back to gifts that I gave them. I'm like, you know what, those were really not very good. Like I thought at the time, I was like, hey, this is pretty great. But you know, you get better with years and you're just like, hey. Like for a while, my younger brothers, I have 3 younger brothers. They would get like a hat for every Christmas, but it was always get some sort of like themed hat. So like one brother got a Where's Waldo hat, and one brother got a Viking hat, and one got something else. I can't remember. So I thought that those were really cool, and I thought that was really fun. But now that I'm older, I kind of look at them and I'm like, those are very poorly made. Yeah, Dee says she saw something she made for someone at the Goodwill. I have seen that. Well, not something I've made, but you know, but you go there and you're like, those are, you know, someone spent a lot of time making that baby blanket that's there on the Goodwill rack. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Counting. How much neck pain do you get when you crochet too much? That's a good question. Whew. When I stand and crochet, I get kind of a lot, like I'm doing right now. Most of the time I sit though, because it's better posture. I understand that feeling, Jerry, where like the things you've made you love so much, it's hard to give them away. Or yeah, because they're so pretty. Dee says she gets up and stretches a lot to help with the neck pain. That's a good idea. I used to, oh, good night, Rollin. I used to crochet so tightly because I was using a much bigger size hook that I would have to like stretch out my hands, like, you know, do like this. Actually, that feels really good. I should probably do that more often. Yeah, stretch out my hands, my fingers, my thumbs, because they would get cramped. Actually, when I first started and I was making like my first elephant, I crocheted so tightly that my thumbnails were splitting and peeling. What was wrong with me? All sorts of things. But I've learned a lot since then. Terry asks, is the elephant border was hard to crochet? It's actually not too difficult. The way I have modified it, I think I've made it a little bit simpler. And so I'm definitely going to get a video up before the end of the week on that tutorial. But yeah, it's not too bad. And so actually on this one, I started out, this might sound silly, but I'm fine with it. Hi, Crazy Cat Crazy Creations. I realize when I read your name, I always say Crazy Cat. It's not right. It's Cat Crazy Creations. Hi. Oh, bye, Amy. Thanks for chiming in and being here. Anyway, so I let myself learn. Part of just the design process, I think, is just trying, and then eventually you like have a breakthrough. So on this edging, these are my first ones, and like the very first one was way too big, and so I scaled down, and this one looks like a lizard. You know, the tail is too thick and the body is too long and narrow. And so like this one got a little bit better, but still the tail was too thick. And I kept with the tail too thick for actually a long time. I think, yeah, about the time I turned the corner, I think, yeah, I finally figured out how I wanted it to look a little bit better. But then I figured out the tail, and I'd mostly figured out like the shape of the head. And so then I just kept going along, and eventually I got the height of the bodies right, which, I mean, that took longer than it should have. But it ended up working out. So yeah, it's really not too complicated. It's just it's just double crochets for the legs, at least how I'm doing it. You double crochet for the legs, then you turn it and you do single crochets back across the top, and then you do a triple crochet for the tail. So it goes, you know, you do triple crochet from there, and then you go clear up, flip it back, and then you do double crochets across here, and then you kind of like doing the crocodile stitch, you work around the posts to get the head and the ear shape, and then you just chain down to the next one and do 3 single crochets to the next set of legs, and then you just repeat. So it's really not difficult. It's kind of time consuming because you're going back and forth rather than just, you know, all the way around. And where I usually, you know, work with yarn that's this thick, not this thick. For me, it feels a little tedious, like, my goodness, this is taking forever, but it's cute enough. Like it definitely is justified. Let's see. Reading the comments here. Hi, Kat. Yes, Dee, I did use a rotary cutter with the edges. I used this to get the holes in. Because yeah, on the very first levy I made, I did all of the like mark with the Sharpie on every 3rd millimeter line. Oh, it was torture. And then to have to go back through and cut it, yeah, it was kind of a pain. So this was awesome. Have a good night, Rolling with Yarn. Thank you again for letting me know that you guys are all here. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Yeah, so Kim, I will have a video up on that. It's honestly not as difficult as it looks. I'd say the hardest part for the border is when you first make kind of the ear shape. Here, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit hard to get your half double crochets around the post, the very first one, but once you get that first one done, it's pretty easy from there. So not too bad. I'm going to take a second and count my stitches because I can't do them at the same time. Talk and count. Sweet. We're good. We've got 20. Now the crocodile stitch is really cute, Kim. I was originally going to use that for the snowy owl pattern. I'm a little bit dense though, because I couldn't figure out how to do it in the round, which I know people have done. I've seen patterns, but I couldn't figure it out. So I invented my own little feather stitch thing and it worked all right. So whew, if I run out of things to say, I don't know. My husband thinks I'm inexhaustible when it comes to words, but I do run out every once in a while. Anyway, I should probably get off so I can record the elephant border video. But I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for being with me on my first impromptu live chat. It's been a lot of fun. So have a good night, you all. Thank you again. Tammy and Kim and Terry and Rolling with Yarn and Dee and Kat and Jerry. Let's see, Rowan's already gone. Thank you all. And Sandra for being here. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys soon. At least I'll upload my vlog on Saturday. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.